There's the play right there. 0.047 inches. Time to replace these bearings. That's the engine mount installed.
Check.
2 down, 26 to go. Engine mount isolation grommet, position 12. Confirmed seated. Moving to the battery tray mounts.